Buenos dias. Okay, that was the dress rehearsal. Let's try that again. Buenos dias. Mi nombre es Timoteo. My name is Tim, and my pronouns are he, him, and I serve gratefully as minister of this proudly progressive spiritual community. Welcome. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, California. We welcome everyone equally, whether you are on our Alluvial Avenue campus, our online campus, or you are joining us later at a time that works just for you on Facebook or YouTube. We truly are one congregation in many different places. Bienvenidos. We welcome you no matter your race or your culture of origin. We welcome you no matter your primary or secondary language. We welcome you no matter your age, your gender, spiritual background, or religious beliefs. We welcome you if you are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, non-binary, queer, intersex, or as we say, just too fabulous to be contained by any word. Our neurodiversity is welcome here. We're welcome no matter our level of formal education or the amount of money we may possess. Our disabilities are welcome here, as is the uniqueness of our gifts and talents. Happy to say that at this church we label no one as illegal. You are welcome with or without documentation. All are welcome here. Todos son bienvenidos aquí. As Unitarian Universalists, we declare the inherent worthiness and dignity of every person, and we believe an authentic spiritual life begins with a free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and love is at the center of it all. As we begin our time together this morning, we acknowledge that our Alluvial Avenue church campus sits within the traditional homelands of the Yokuts people, the original and continued caretakers of this land. If you are on our online church campus and you want a joy, sorrow, concern, or gratitude included in today's service, just text it to us at the number on the screen, 559-239-6543. And those in the sanctuary who don't feel like walking to the back table and filling out a card, today we'll let you text as well. For those who are participating on our online campus, did you know that you can become an online member of UU Fresno? We have an energized and vibrant online campus. People throughout the Central Valley and the Bay Area, as well as different states, including Washington, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and beyond. If you're interested in more information on our exciting online membership, you can text us as well, that number on the screen, and Cecily, our coordinator of community life, will get back to you right away. Now, let's take a moment and say buenos dias to one another, either in the sanctuary, online, or in the quiet of our own hearts. So this morning marks the return of the UU Fresno Choir under the direction of Sarah. And you're going to want to listen real carefully because what you're hearing is a new song. We're actually going to sing it a few minutes from now as our song of praise. So this is a great preview for us. I have the rattle instead of the tingsha, so today we're going to use our imagination, and at the sound of the imaginary silent tingsha, let us enter into our time of worship. Ding!
Jones, and I'm a member of your worship arts team. My pronouns are she, her.
Hello, my name is Rachel Andres. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Director of Lifelong Learning.
Our chalice lighting words are written by Reverend Scott Taylor, adapted.
Our response will be, come into this circle of compassion and care. Let's say that together. Come into this circle of compassion and care.
Let's come together in our circle of compassion and care. Bring your worry and wounds, your longings and hopes. Come into the circle of compassion and care.
With word and song, we rekindle the connection that mend what's been torn.
Come into the circle of compassion and care. With stillness and the space to pause, we restore our strength for the work that must be done.
Come into the circle for compassion and care. Together, we are ready for the work that must be done, the work of love,
The work of peace,
the work of repair.
the work of remembering we are not alone.
Let us begin. Come into the circle of compassion and care.
In that spirit, we invite Jillian, Abigail, and Brittany to light our chalice on our Alluvial Avenue campus, and you can also light your chalice or candle at home on our online campus.
Our song of praise is the power of kindness. We've heard the choir sing it. Now it's our turn. We'll pick it up as we go along. Please rise in body or in spirit, and let's sing our new song of praise, the power of kindness.
Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. We don't know what's coming, but we can help shape what's ahead. With kindness as our currency, the Commonwealth is in our hands. So give a little, I give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round, there's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness, kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Look up now, people, and keep your ears to the ground. We are the river flowing where generosity abounds. So give a little, I give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round, there's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. The honeybee serves sweetness only to help the world bloom, bringing love to the flower, from the flower to the fruit. We could learn a thing or two. So give a little, I give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round, there's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness, kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love.
I invite us to remain standing as we say together the words of our mission. La misión de la Iglesia Unitaria Universalista de Fresno es amar inclusivamente, crecer espiritualmente, servir con gratitud y trabajar por la justicia. The mission of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno is to love inclusively, grow spiritually, serve gratefully, and work for justice. Please be seated. So I'm wondering, who's excited that Halloween is almost here? Woo! And for those pagans among us, that Samhain is almost here. Let's give a shout out for Samhain. So there's lots and lots of great stories that are told around Halloween and Samhain time. And from Ireland comes the story of how the jack-o'-lantern was created. The story says that it goes back to this guy. It always goes back to a guy, doesn't it? A guy named Stingy Jack. Stingy Jack. And somebody let me shout out, what does stingy mean? Okay, not generous. Okay, so Stingy Jack apparently was not generous with his kindness, not generous with his power of love. He just was a rather unpleasant fellow, so the story says. Now, the story, and we're going to change this story in just a second, but the story is that nobody liked Stingy Jack, and they certainly didn't want him coming around their house, so they created carving turnips, this scary face with a candle inside, and it was believed that if you put that outside your house at night in Ireland, then Stingy Jack is not going to come and scare you or bother you. But that's a very, very, very un-Unitarian Universalist way of thinking about how we treat people. So a little bit of a change. So Stingy Jack is still stingy. He is not generous of spirit, of love, of compassion. He's not going to give anybody any kindness. And on the day of the fall festival, everybody in the village was having a great time. Nighttime came, you know, they were kind of partying, sharing food, and they started to carve these turnips, and they started to put candles inside those turnips so that they could continue to party on into the night. You know, there's some light. That was before we could turn on the electricity. But there was one little girl who felt sad. She felt sad because Stingy Jack was not invited to any of the festivities at all. And so she took her turnip lantern and she walked in the dark till she found Stingy Jack. And then she reached out her hand and she handed Stingy Jack the light, the lantern of turnip. And you know what happened? Stingy Jack smiled. It touched his heart. And the village said, what if this carved candle turnip could actually be a symbol that welcomes everyone, no matter who you are, into our home, into our community. And so over time, the turnip turned into a pumpkin, and we got a jack-o'-lantern. So one thing to think about this year, if you see a jack-o'-lantern out front someone's house with a candle burning, rather than thinking, oh, this is to scare away Stingy Jack, let's do a little twist. And every time we see that jack-o'-lantern, let's remember that we can offer the light of welcome to everyone, no matter who they are. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. Let's sing our kids as they head out to their spirit explorations.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go.
imagining that we are breathing in peace, breathing out love. Together we take in another breath, breathing in peace, breathing out love. One more time together. We breathe in peace, pause. We breathe out love, amor. As we continue breathing together in this now quiet and centered space, let's imagine our breath could take us back over the last week, the last 7 days of our living. And as those memories, we breathe through those memories, 2 questions. In the last week, where did you witness joy or a moment of happiness? And knowing there is a week ahead, what word or intention do you want to carry with you into your new week? Each week we acknowledge the complexity of our lives and certainly the complexity of living in these times. We create space to really acknowledge, to honor whatever personal joys, sorrows, concerns, or gratitudes are alive within our hearts and minds. A few of us texted or wrote on a card what is alive for you. And Steve is feeling joyful that there were between Fresno and Clovis 3,000 protesters at yesterday's No Kings protest. Laurie Titeman Jones says, please send energy and light to Robin and Stacy, who are courageously doing battle with serious health issues. So let's hold Robin and Stacy in our thoughts. For some of us, let's hold them in our prayers. And Paula Siegel is sad to hear of the death of Gail McDonald, former minister of College Community Congregational Church, someone very aligned with our Unitarian Universalist values. We hold Reverend Gail in our heart, as well as all who know her and loved her and were touched by her ministry. We also remember our beloveds, those unable to be with us today because of health and mobility. We think of Armin B., who is resting in the arms of hospice care, Dominic P., Myrna S., Glenda R., Pat M., and Robin C. Looking beyond our church community, as we do, we celebrate that the remaining living Israeli hostages have been released by the terrorist army of Hamas. We hope that the bodies of those who died in captivity will soon be able to be returned home. We also acknowledge that it seems as if that fragile ceasefire is beginning to end, and we should have a slide with the hostages celebrating. And we grieve in our next slide that the humanitarian crisis of starvation that the Palestinians are experiencing because the government of Israel is refusing to allow adequate amounts of food into Gaza continue. Only 300 of the 600 trucks of daily food are being allowed to cross into Gaza. Significant delays at the border crossings are being reported, just more and more of the genocide of Palestinians. Tomorrow is the start of Diwali, the Hindu, Jain, and Sikh festival of lights. It's a celebration of the triumph of good over evil, truth and understanding over lies and ignorance. May it be so. We also celebrate the 109th birthday of Planned Parenthood. As Unitarian Universalists, we affirm that choice should be a basic freedom extended to all who can become pregnant, and we affirm that everyone should have safe and easy access to abortion in this country and beyond. We continue celebrating October as LGBTQ+ History Month and also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so, for everything that's been shared, for everything we hold in the stillness of our own hearts, and for all those who on this day have no one to remember them, nobody's going to speak their name with tenderness or love, we light our candle of community. By our remembering, may we and they be blessed. We light our second candle, as is now our custom, our candle of compassion, resistance, and hope. May this candle burn in recognition of all that is under attack by the federal government. It is a tradition here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno that on the first anniversary of a member's passing into the mysteries of death, we light a candle of remembrance. Today, we remember Judith Kuipers. Judith was wife, mother, grandmother, beloved, a passionate and enthusiastic member of UU Fresno. If you knew her, you know she was elegant every moment. She was warm. She was full of possibility and positivity and support, and her smile would light up your heart. She earned her PhD in Human Development and Early Education from Michigan State University. She was proud of her long career in higher education administration. Dr. Kuipers was Vice President of Academic Affairs for Fresno State from 1984 to 1991. Some of you, I know, were at Fresno State during that time. She became Chancellor of the University of Wisconsin, La Crosse from 91 to 2000, and later served as President of Fielding Graduate University in Santa Barbara from 2000 to 2009. She was also a recipient of a Fulbright grant in 1994 to travel to East Germany to examine higher education in the new German states. She also served as president of our own Fresno Philharmonic Board from 2015 to 2017, and Judith was instrumental in the hiring of Ray Hotoda as music director. And so, Judith, we miss you, and we light this candle in celebration of your life. In the light of our candles, let us sing Heart Wide Open, our slow and meditative version. We've got to keep our heart wide open.
You've got to keep your heart wide open, though the waves wanna push you around. You've got to keep your heart wide gotta keep my heart wide open till my faith brings me back to solid ground. We've gotta keep our hearts wide open, though the waves wanna push us around. We've gotta keep our hearts wide open till our faith brings us back to solid ground.
Our words of prayer and reflection come from Reverend Michelle Collins, adapted. Join me in reflection and prayer. Spirit of life, God of our own understanding, source, mystery, and ground of being, we witness a world on fire. Headlines scream of cruelty and division. The earth herself groans under the weight of carelessness and selfishness. Some days the suffering feels too vast, the shadows too deep. We are tempted to close our hearts rather than let them break again and again, to choose cynicism over hope, numbness over feeling, despair over the vulnerable act of caring. Yet here we gather, proof that love persists in every city, on every continent. Hearts like ours beat with stubborn compassion, strangers comforting strangers, neighbors feeding neighbors. People choose justice when injustice would be easiest. Let us be reminded that we are all a part of something larger than our individual capacity to heal. That every act of kindness creates ripples we'll never see. That the light of compassion, however small our flame, joins with countless others to push back the shadows. May we trust that love is stronger than fear, that justice is more powerful than oppression, that ordinary people choosing extraordinary kindness can and will transform this world. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen.
morning, everyone. My name is Kyle Osborne, and my pronouns are they, them. Our reading this morning comes from Unitarian Universalist minister, the Reverend Julian Jamaica Soto, whose pronouns are they, them. Dear trans, non-binary, genderqueer, and gender-expansive friends and kin, and those of us whose gender is survival. You are not hard to love and respect. Your existence is a blessing. Your pronouns are not a burden or a trial. They are part of your name, just shorter. Someone getting them wrong is not a poor reflection on you. It is not your fault. Your body, really and truly, belongs to you, no one else. The stories of your body, the names of your body's parts, your body's privacy, the sum of your body's glory. It is not okay for anyone to press their story of you back to the beginning of our liberation. We will find the people ready to be on the freedom for the people way. We will go on. No one can rename you other. It can't stick as you offer the gift of being and saying who you are. Mostly, though, your stories belong to you. Your joy and complexity is beautiful, however you may choose to tell it or not tell it. Some folks, cis, may take their liberty for an unholy license. You are beloved. Please keep to our shared tasks of healing and getting free.
I invite us to rise, embody our spirit, and sing Love Can Build a Bridge.
I'd gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? I would whisper love so loudly every heart could understand. Love and only love can heal this broken land. I would give my heart's desire so that you might see. The first step is to realize that it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time?
Please be seated. You know, Jesus didn't say those words, but I bet you he wished he had. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Yep. Wow, that is a powerful affirmation. It is a potent aspiration. I often say the purpose of our Unitarian Universalist faith is to expand the boundaries of our heart so we can hold more, care more, and love more. My dad, George, was born in 1928, the year before the stock market crash and the beginning of the Great Depression. Now, I know a few of us here today were also born in or around 1928, meaning we are 97-ish years old, pushing toward 100. If that's you, could you just give a wave of your hand this morning? Carolyn, I know you were there, and I congrats. And several other beloveds who aren't here this morning but are regularly in attendance, and of course also on our online campus. My dad, George, was part of a generation that was challenged to expand the boundaries of their heart so they could hold more, care more, and love more. My dad, George, was part of a generation that was challenged by letters. Let me explain. My dad grew up and came of age at a time when the letters LGBTQ were all but unheard of in the mainstream. In fact, my dad once told me, growing up as a kid in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I never even heard about the concept of someone being lesbian or gay. It just was never spoken in my world. As rough as my neighborhood was, I don't think, my dad said, I ever heard the word queer until I enlisted in the Army. And I can promise you, when the Q word was used in the barracks, a fist fight would follow to prove we were anything but that word. My dad served as part of the occupation forces in Japan after the end of World War II. He returned home to get married, attend college, the first in his family to do so, and begin his career. My dad said, it really wasn't until the early 1970s that I became aware of the letters LGBTQ. And based on my religion and my political party, I can tell you there was nothing remotely positive about those letters. But that slowly changed for my dad. As I came of age, came out, and identified with the G in LGBTQ, my dad found himself challenged. He could shut himself off from those letters and his son, or he could grow the boundaries of his heart. I feel fortunate that as difficult as it was for him, his heart found a way to hold me as well as those letters. Over the last few years, some of us have faced a new challenge. Some of us have been challenged not by letters, but by pronouns. Many of us grew up and came of age in a binary world when it came to gender. We grew up in a world that seemed to consist of two options, male and female. Now, truthfully, the world was always non-binary when it came to gender, but our society, religions, and cultural norms weren't constructed to allow that diversity to easily exist in the open. But as our psychological and physiological understanding of humanness grew and deepened, we realized that gender identity is much more nuanced. As I said in a sermon a few years ago, gender identity is how and what we feel inside in terms of our gender, who we know ourselves to be, and how we express our gender through clothing, behavior, and personal appearance. Now, as I look around, I know that for some of us, the gender we are now is the same as what was assigned to us at birth. We are cisgender, based on a Latin word cis, which means on the same side. Others of us know that the gender assigned to us at birth is different than our true gender. For example, our gender presumed at birth was female, but our gender identity, how we feel and who we are, is male. We are transgender, trans being a Latin word that means on the other side. Now, some of us here this morning do not identify with either of the categories, male or female. We are non-binary. For others of us, our gender identity can shift within and between the female and male spectrum or outside that spectrum. We are gender fluid. Some of us identify as not having any gender. We are agender. Some of us are intersex. Our genitals, chromosomes, and reproductive organs aren't exclusively male or female. Some of us do not label ourselves in any way. We're just us. What this means is that we can no longer label everyone he or she. We need our pronouns to be more expansive. For some of us, here at church and beyond, one way we expand the boundaries of our heart and include that expansiveness of pronouns is by identifying ourselves with our pronouns. Hi, I'm Tim. My pronouns are he, him, like I said at the start of today's service. It's a signal that here within Unitarian Universalism, we acknowledge that we have moved beyond the binary, that within this church, we celebrate a diversity of gender identities. Now, I shared this true story a few years ago. I was participating in a Zoom webinar. The facilitator began with an introduction. Buenos dias. Mi nombre es Declan. Good morning. My name is Declan. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. Please take a moment and add your pronouns to your name in the Zoom room. As I was adding he, him to my Zoom ID, a colleague of mine also in the webinar sent me a private chat, my eyes only, saying, why do I need to list my pronouns next to my name? I have a full beard and mustache. It doesn't take much to know I'm a guy. I took a deep breath and typed back, why make it about you? What if identifying your pronouns is about signaling to someone else that you are aware of gender diversity. My friend typed back, huh? I replied, what if identifying your pronouns is signaling that you aren't making an assumption about anyone else's gender? Since you are part of the cisgendered majority, what if identifying your pronouns is signaling that all people are welcome here, regardless of gender identity? He typed back, I hadn't thought about it that way. I replied, many of us haven't had to think about it because we're comfortable living in a world that categorizes people as either this or that, him or her. But there's some people for whom that doesn't match with their authentic selves. My colleague replied, I guess sharing pronouns is like displaying a pride flag. It's a way of saying, this is a safe place for you to be exactly who you are. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? No, I want to be clear. At Fresno, we don't require anyone to share their pronouns. We don't require anything. We're Unitarian Universalists, after all. But we also realize that for some of us, sharing our pronouns would be outing ourselves regarding our gender identity, and we may not wish to do that. So that's okay. Your pronouns are for yourself. Others of us may not want to share pronouns for other personal reasons, and we honor that. But many of us do share our pronouns. Many of us have added a ribbon to our pronouns, with our pronouns to our name tag. And if you haven't and you want to, pronoun ribbons are available free of charge at the welcome table outside the front of the sanctuary. Now, some of us take the next step and add our pronouns to our name in Zoom. Some of us would add our pronouns to our name in Zoom if we could figure out how to actually change our name in Zoom. Yeah, you too. Dear ones, pronouns can be a spiritual practice that declares this core value of Unitarian Universalism. Every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. Could we say that value together? Every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. But not too long ago, someone who identifies as non-binary came to a Sunday service for the first time. And that was a risk to do that. They gave me permission to share their experience with you. They said, as I walked up to the sanctuary, I was encouraged by the non-binary pride flag hanging outside above the front doors. I asked, could this really be a place for me? I felt even safer during the welcome statement when from the pulpit you explicitly declared that gender diversity is celebrated here. I thought, could this actually be a spiritual home for me? In the middle of the service, I needed to use the bathroom. An usher pointed them out to me and I walked over. I looked at the bathroom doors. I'm non-binary. I don't identify as male or female. Your bathrooms offered me only a men's room or a woman's room. I'm neither. There was also a sign that said a gender-neutral bathroom was available somewhere else on campus. As a first-time visitor, I could try to find that secondary bathroom in a building I didn't even know how to get to. But I wasn't included in the real church bathrooms. The Reverend Sean Parker Dennison, whose pronouns are they, them, theirs, writes, "I wish you a place and a people who do not want you in pieces, incomplete and partial. A world that no longer asks anyone to wrench apart their heart or divide soul from mind, from nature, from core. I bless you with all that is whole." This world can be unhospitable, dangerous, and sometimes deadly for those who identify as trans, non-binary, gender fluid, agender, intersex, or undefined. Today, in parts of this country, the very right to exist is being erased by state legislatures and school boards. Today, in this country, their very right to exist is being erased by the federal government, the president, and the courts. In Fresno County, there are those on the Board of Supervisors who want to erase their very right to exist. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we need to offer an all-encompassing alternative. As Unitarian Universalists, we are continually called to rebuild our congregation around greater inclusivity. A while ago, our Board of Trustees voted to remodel our 2 binary bathrooms and transform them into inclusive and welcoming all-gender bathrooms. Bathrooms remodeled to be open to all. Each bathroom will have 3 equal stalls, 6 stalls total. Each of those 6 stalls will be brand new and built with personal privacy in mind. The new stalls will have partitions that reach down close to the floor and rise up high toward the ceiling. Those new stalls will eliminate those pesky tiny openings that often exist between the door and the stall itself. Yeah? Each one will be a personally private stall open to all. Thanks to the generosity of a legacy donor, we now have secured the funds to pay for the remodeling, and the timing feels right in terms of our need to make this change. Now, I want to acknowledge that this change, even as it reflects our Unitarian Universalist values, is a change that might unsettle some of us. Not that we don't want to welcome all, but it's different. As a longtime member said to me last week and gave me permission to share, I've never been in a mixed gender bathroom before. I don't know how it's going to feel. I'm wondering how many of us have been in a mixed gender bathroom before? Okay, so some of us, about half of us. This member of the congregation said, quote, "As a guy, I've never knowingly peed in the same bathroom at the same time as a woman or someone whose gender is different than mine." Knowingly. As a man, he said, I've never even washed my hands knowingly in a public bathroom standing next to a woman or someone whose gender is different from mine. I don't know what that's going to feel like. He then added, it's one thing to pass gas in the men's room. It's another thing altogether to pass gas in mixed company. Another member noted how crowded the women's bathroom is on Sunday morning and said, I love this idea. Now we're going to have access to 6 stalls instead of 3. That means a shorter line to use the bathroom. We're also going to continue to have our private single bathroom in the office for those who find that more to their liking, and we'll make sure it's easier to find that. So we're going to give each other some time to get used to the idea of change. We're Unitarian Universalists. We've got to talk about it. So we're going to hold several listening circles in November and December so we can hear each other's questions and thoughts. And in the midst of that, our contractor will remodel the bathrooms for all. Then our all-gender bathrooms will debut the first week of January. A new year, 2026, a new way to pee, a new inclusive bathroom experience at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno. Let's end by saying these words together. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Que así sea, bendito sea. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen.
I'm tired of us living so lonely. I think I know what to do. Gonna build a bridge right over the mountain. I will walk right over to you. Look around at our city. Look at us out on the street. Got kids looking over their shoulders. People looking down at their feet. I'm tired of us living so lonely. I hope I know what to do. Gonna build a bridge right over the ocean. I'm coming right over for you. When I say their lives matter, you can say yours does too. But I bet you never have to remind anyone to look at it from your point of view. Gotta build a bridge right over the mountain. Gotta build it right over the sea. Gonna build a bridge right over the ocean so you can walk right over to me. Look around at our country, at the people that we don't ever see. Standing side by side, us divided, lonely in the land of the free. I'm gonna pull the shades off from my window. I'm gonna let the sunlight right in. I'm gonna open my heart to a stranger. I think I know where to I'm gonna build a bridge right over the mountain. I think I know what to do. Gonna build a bridge right over the ocean. I'm gonna walk right over to you. 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 I'm gonna walk right over to you.
So you know, it takes financial support to keep our live stream every week, keep the lights on, have great music like we're having today. There are many ways to give. Please join in our congregational response. If not us, then who? If not open hearts, then what? If not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not generously, then how? If not us, then who? Si no somos nosotros, entonces ¿quién? Si no corazones abiertos, entonces ¿qué? Si no es ahora, entonces ¿cuándo? Si no es aquí, entonces ¿dónde? Si no damos generosamente, entonces ¿cómo? Si no somos nosotros, entonces ¿quién? Slide shows some of the different ways we can give. A basket will be passed on our campus, and we acknowledge there are many ways to support the church, to give. Some of us give by our time, our talent, our presence. No one form of giving is superior to the other. If you're here on Alluvial Ave and this is your first or second time, let that basket pass you by. Your presence this morning is your gift to us. May this church continue to be worthy of the many forms of your gifts. Umberto at the piano. And Ian, can you do a wide shot of the whole chancel? Some of you may have picked up on this, but if you didn't, my new ministerial stole mirrors the Pride Progress flag, including the colors of the non-binary Pride flag. Please join in our chalice extinguishing words. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. these we carry in our hearts. Just a few reminders before our closing words. Cecily is our coordinator of community life. If you are newish, or been here a long time and you just want to get reconnected, Cecily holds the keys to connection. Just talk to her before or after service, or give her a call or an email during the week, and she would love to help you get more connected. She will give you the keys to connection. Outside today will be our social hour and coffee hour. And we also have a welcome table for folks who are new or newish to the church. You can be there. There'll be, for just a few minutes, the member of the Board of Trustees there to greet you. And I'll explain in a moment why it's just going to be a few minutes. Also today, as you depart, the social justice team wanted me to remind you that today was the third Sunday food pantry food collection, but they also have a jar on the social justice table and are happy to take cash donations, checks, or your diamond jewelry. And I've also been asked to let folks know about one of the most important ministries of this congregation. You are being invited to please stop by the holiday gift bag table near the kitchen to learn about the upcoming October and November 2025 dates for card packing and large bag packing that supports up to 2,500 women in Chowchilla Prison for Christmas. It's a mammoth undertaking, and they need volunteers to help with that packing. It's a great way to help and also connect with community. I hope I don't need to tell you that November 4th is our special election. And if you have not voted yet, you can do so right outside the front doors of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, because we have our official ballot drop box. I'm also supposed to remind us all that a fire drill is coming soon. It won't be today, I promise. And just direct your attention, the big black X is where you are right now. It's the sanctuary. The red line is through these side doors, through the courtyard, past Alluvial Community Garden, into the area close to the Buddhist temple fence. That's for those who can make that epic journey. For those whose mobility is a bit more compromised, you'll be heading down the center aisle out. You'll veer to the right over to in front of the offices where will be your safe zone. If you happen to have children who are on campus when that alarm rings, trust that our wonderful staff is going to get them to their safe place. You do not need to worry about them, but if you're wondering where they're going to end up, they are with the hot pink line up there. So, after the service, with a few minutes to get coffee, will be our annual fall meeting. All members are requested to attend, so we have a quorum, so we can actually vote. And it is going to be also, we're on Zoom, and I hope that you'll put the Zoom connection into chat. It's an important meeting because we have the opportunity to vote to purchase a new solar power system so that we can live more fully into our green mission and our green identity, especially since I'm happy to report that Tesla has taken away their solar panels because we didn't want them anymore. And so we will be working with a company more in alignment with our Unitarian Universalist values. So please stay for that vote. Also, I'm going to give you a quick update on the state of our finances. I can just tell you they're in good shape right now. So, last but not least, if this is your first, second, or third time, we'd like to invite you to rise for just a moment so that we can gently welcome you. We are genuinely glad you chose to be here. Welcome. Anyone else, first, second, and third? Welcome back. Welcome, first time. Welcome. Welcome. I invite the rest of the congregation to rise with them. Our closing words come from the Reverend Sean Parker Dennison. If you came in a pod, feel free to join hands. But otherwise, we're respecting flu and COVID seasons, so don't hold the hand of somebody you didn't arrive with. These, again, the words of the Reverend Sean Parker Dennison, whose pronouns are proudly they, them, theirs. I wish you a place and a people who do not want you in pieces, incomplete and partial. A world that no longer asks anyone to wrench apart their heart or divide soul from mind, from nature, from core. I bless you with all that is whole. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. Amen. Let's sing.
May we have safe passage, safe passage. May we have safe passage on our way, safe passage on your way, wanderer, safe passage on your way, searcher, safe passage on your way, sweet pilgrim, safe passage on our way. May we have safe passage, safe passage. May we have safe passage on our way.
Shalom and assalamu alaikum.